Hi everybody, welcome to this week's energetic forecast. If this is your first visit to my channel, welcome. My name is Stephanie, and each week I do an energetic forecast that uses oracle cards to kind of give us an energetic guide for the week, as well as some supportive crystal energy and some keywords that I channel each week from the Akashic records. So let's get started. This week is September 26th through October 2nd. I cannot believe that we are into the first week of October already. And I know that's what everybody is just wandering around muttering, I can't believe it's October. I can't believe it's going to be October. It is. So we have been in such a strange energy over the past 18 months where it is kind of truly that hurry up and wait energy where, our internal wheels are turning and changes are happening, but we're not always able to express it externally. But I feel like if you have watched the past couple weeks' readings, we are getting to the point where we are all just about ready to express everything into the external world. So forward movement is happening. And it's happening quickly. So on to October we go. As always, though, if you do stumble across this guidance outside that time frame and it feels relevant to what you're going through or the questions you're asking or the guidance you're seeking, it's absolutely relevant outside that time frame. It is timeless in that respect. So let's start by let me tell you what we're going to use this week. So this week we're going to use the Healing Crystals card deck number 2. We are going to get our Sunday energy. I have been using a different card deck just for Sundays because it feels a little different to me. So this week we're going to use Colette Baron Reid's Spirit Animal Oracle for our Sunday energy. And then for the remainder of the week, we will use Tosha Silver's Wild Offering Oracle deck. So let's get started by talking about the 3 channeled Akashic keywords this week. And they are kind of following the same theme of the past few weeks where it has been kind of changes coming energy. I feel like, so last week we had the equinox and a full moon. And I feel like it was kind of, for some reason to me, it feels like the end of an era, even if it's just an energetic era. So if any of my astrology friends who tune in each week want to comment below and let me know what really was happening last week and carrying into this week, feel free to. Jamie, Tara, anyone else who is an astrologer who would like to list your thoughts below in the comments. They're always appreciated because I kind of always say what I'm feeling energetically or I'm getting from the Akashic records, but as I have said before, astrology to me is fascinating, but it is like trying to read a foreign language to me. So always feel free to leave how you're feeling or what your thoughts are whenever I say anything. So I will start with the 3 keywords that came to me this week from the Akashic records. And they are course correct, and we'll come back to that in just a second. Adjustment, which seemingly has the same energy as course correct, but we'll talk a little more about that, and momentum. So forward movement again this week. So course correct, and I did ask, can you give me a little bit more information? What does this mean, course correct? And it's not being afraid to let go when things aren't working is the message I got. So even if you have been working on a project that was pleasing to you, that you thought was what you wanted, that you thought was your forward movement. If something happens and you need to course correct, that's fine. You can either come back to what your original plan was later when it feels right again. You can let it go and let it transform into something else, or you can just ask it to wait. Course correct is about not being afraid to make changes in your current plans. Is the message I got. But I also, for some people, and you're probably going to be in one of 2 camps with the course correct, and the message will feel right to you when you think about it. It is either going to be, don't be afraid to make changes, even last minute changes, or the message is flipped a little bit and it is telling you you are on the correct course. So it's going to be open to your own interpretation as far as, because these are general readings, they can't be specific to each person and each of us is going through something different. So you will know which one of those it is, and it could be a combination of both for you. So if you need to course correct, if you need to tweak something, if you need to not be afraid to make a little bit of a change and let go of something, that could put you on the correct course. or it could just be a message that you are on the correct course. So interpret that however it feels right to you when you really sit with it. Then adjustment, kind of that same energy. Don't be afraid to make any last minute changes. Don't be afraid to kind of go back through and look at things with fresh eyes. Don't be afraid to ask others for help and looking, being a sounding board for ideas. Because other people have a perspective that's less emotionally attached than you do when it comes to when it comes to projects and things we're birthing, things we're creatively putting out into the world. So don't be afraid to ask for the opinions of others and make adjustments based on other perspectives. And then momentum, these things, this course correction, or knowing that you're on the correct course and still taking forward movement, making any adjustments that are necessary gives you forward momentum. So this still in the energy this week of forward movement. So those are our Akashic keywords this week: course correct or correct course, adjustment, and momentum. Let's talk about our crystal energy. So as usual, I have still not fully settled into how I'm going to have everything set up yet. So I did go ahead and draw the cards ahead of time rather than shuffling on camera just because of the sake of space. But I have not looked at them yet. So let's take a look at our crystal energy. Oh, and it's champagne tourmaline, which I love. It's a root chakra crystal. I think we had double root chakra crystals last week, if I remember correctly. So still in that energy of needing grounding, centering, and stability, and focusing on what makes us feel secure this week, what makes us feel right. And from what I'm being shown through my work in the Akashic Records, we're all becoming much more attuned to our internal GPS, our internal guidance, into being able to pay attention and know when things feel right in our gut. So, the past couple weeks and this week again with that root chakra energy, knowing that we need to stay grounded, rooted, stabilized, centered in order to feel what is correct for us, what leads us down the right path. So the 3 key words for this week are facing issues. That could be course correcting, right? Clearing, and stability. So the mantra or affirmation you can use for this week is, I address issues and they are easily resolved. So I find this immensely interesting how our Akashic keywords are lining up with our crystal energy. Also all of the oracle cards, but they're really specifically lining up with our crystal energies each week. I address issues, that's adjustment, that's course correction, and they are easily resolved. So just kind of another message, a confirmation that if you do need to change anything, don't be scared to do that this week. You're supported. You are in co-creation. The universe knows what you want. You've put your big dreams out there over the past year and a half. It knows how to bring them to you better than you know how to dial them in for yourself. So I address issues and they are easily resolved. So then Sunday, which would be September 26th, our Sunday energy, and this one we're doing from the Spirit Animal Oracle deck, is Spider Spirit. And it's spiders. This is perfect because Spider Spirit says, make your dreams real. So Spider Spirit is about weaving your dreams and how your dreams get created, weaving your dreams from a single thread of intention, and what that can become, the people you connect with, the ideas that come into your reality, but starting with that one single silk thread. It's also about co-creation. When you take a step forward, then spirit, the divine, the universe, however you look at it, when you take a step forward, it will be matched manyfold by the universe. It also is about creative projects. I really like this kind of Halloween energy this Spider Spirit has because we are going into October, but it is about creation, creation of that web, creation of that project that once seemed so sort of ethereal and elusive coming to life, being woven into life. So that is our Sunday energy, what to focus on to start our week. And again, creative projects being really favored this month is the message I'm getting. So then let's look at Monday. Monday we have the clarity card. So this, I feel like this is very cohesive already. Clarity says, let me trust my deepest instincts in all ways, especially when matters are unclear. When matters might need course correction or adjustment. especially when matters are unclear. May my own holy intuition always guide the way. So this about, like I was just saying, trusting in your internal GPS, in your own intuition, and knowing that you can feel what is correct for you. So that's that clarity that we all have. It's just a question of slowing down and feeling it and getting in touch with it and trusting it. So Monday, a reminder that we have that clarity available to us. Tuesday, we have confidence. And confidence says divine confidence is completely different from the bravado of the ego. You make space for something larger to take hold. Please fill me with your confidence. Grant me courage I never knew I had. So we have momentum, we have creation, we have facing things, clearing them out, and moving forward. We have the spider spirit, which is, weaving that web for us. And then we have clarity, and then we have confidence. So different energy this week, right? Movement forward. Wednesday is courage. So we have actually clarity, confidence, and courage. And courage says, divine courage is not the absence of fear, but a nudge that says, keep going. Do it. Don't worry. All will be well. And that's exactly the message I was getting with that course correction. Not the absence of fear, but a nudge that says, keep going, do it, don't worry, all will be well. You have to get quiet enough to hear it. Dear Divine, may I feel your courage and your will. So again, that message coming up, you have to get quiet enough to hear it. That's how you hear your higher self and the divine speaking to you, is when you are receptive enough to hear it. So then Thursday, we have the trust card. When love is invited to take over, right actions arise at the right time. Allow me to wait patiently until the timing is right. Let me rest in the unknown until a clear path is shown. So this saying, if you do have to make some adjustments and some course corrections, don't panic. Stay in that energy of certainty and knowing that you've put the big dream out there, so everything is unfolding according to plan, and trust that it will all arrive in the right way at the right time. So that's our Thursday energy. It looks like some people are making, some changes, changes on top of changes this week, changes to the changes that we've already made. And then that is exactly where we're supposed to be. Friday, then we have the service card, and it says, you stop, quote, using the universe to try to get what you want and start asking love to use you. You offer all and want to be of service. Ironically, many desires become fulfilled without grasping or manipulation. So this is, maybe this is the course correction and this is the adjustment for some of us this week. How, I've been working on this big project, but how do I inject my service into this? How do I, because that's, what we want if we are really wanting to make a difference and fulfill our, whatever purpose we came here to work on. We want to be of service. We want to give what we have to others. So how can we best be of service? And maybe that's the little bit of a missing piece for some of us. Maybe we have made some changes or we have started new projects, but now Spirit is saying, okay, this all looks great, but what is going to feel best to you and allow you to be of the most service? So this is about, making those small changes this week. Those changes, what they keep saying is changes upon changes. So we've made the big changes. These are small changes. These are course corrections, little adjustments, and knowing that we're supported when we do that, and knowing that if we trust that we are supported, then it allows us to live out our service, live out what we came here to do, but also allows us to bring abundance and prosperity and ease and fulfillment into our lives because we are doing what we came here to do. So this, the service component may be what some of us need to inject into our new plan going forward. And that may be that little course correction, and then everything unfolds. And then the last card, which is Saturday, which is October 2nd, we have the change card. So what does all this lead to? It's still change. We're still in the change. It says, don't scare yourself with the next 40 steps. All you need is that one next action. You can say, just show me the first step and change me into one who can take it. So, we talk about this a lot here about how you don't have to see the end of the path to take the first step. But this saying, even if you're 3/4 of the way down the path, or you thought you were at the end of it and you had closed the fence behind you, the gate behind you, maybe there's still a little course correction, a little adjustment that needs to be done that will make you be able to be in a place of ease. Maybe there's a small change that needs to happen in order for this transformation to complete itself. So, again, just staying in that energy of knowing that you don't need to see the end result in order to keep that forward momentum going. Just show me the first step and change me into one who can take it. So, still on a path of change this week, but small changes. I feel like many of us have made these big shifts over the past year, year and a half, and these are the little things that are getting us dialed into living a life of fulfillment. So I hope this helps. I hope you all enjoyed this week's reading, and I will see you next week.